Welcome back to Set Streets and Needs, guys. I'm Chris Bauer. I am in Las Vegas, Nevada tonight. I am almost under a highway underpass or overpass. I'm under the highway overpass. Here there's a little McDonald's, and it's a Mansard Roof Mcdonalds right here in Las Vegas. You'd think if you've ever been to Vegas, it's all high tech and lights and all that. But here we go. We got a little tiny McDonald's that hasn't been touched. It's been forgotten about. By the way, they're open. It's not late. I am the only car in this parking lot. This is literally the McDonald's time is forgotten. But here we are. They are open. It's a Mansard roof. It's lit up. We got the brown roof with the yellow Mansard strips on top of it. It's got the tan walls. Had a play place with the dome over top, which you need in the desert because you probably cook children. But sadly, the play place can take it out. So we're gonna go in and check this place out. I found this place on Google Earth. I was excited to find a Mansard roof, as I always am, as you know. However, this place has the coolest feature I've ever seen in a McDonald's. And I'm so excited to get in there and show it to you. And you aren't going to believe your eyes. Wait till you see this. Old layout. Check these. Where it used to be the old play place, but check these out. I love those. All the old characters. Yes. You can definitely tell by the color scheme. It's an old. We've got an old. I guess it's a southwestern theme, a decor, at least from the color scheme it's got. But it's definitely got the old booths and the tile floor. Definitely an old McDonald's. But the best part, there's two things in here that are really cool. We've got this old pin collection here. Check these out. Look at these. McDonald's from '92. Look at that. All these. Look at that. There's a Speedy pin. Officer Mac. McDonald's world's largest concert. McDonald's pizza. Look at there must be 100 pins in here. Look at all of these pins. Highland burgers, fries, double beef. More Speedy pins. There's a Vegas McDonald's. Remember Vegas or a McDonald's slot machine? Look at all the Grimace pins. Look at this. Mac tonight. Speedy. Wow. I am sure people have probably tried to steal this entire cabinet. This cabinet is probably worth a fortune. These things are amazing. I mean, I know how collectible the pins are. I don't know really what they go for, but I can only imagine. I love that Mac Tonight pin. That's really cool. Rescuers Down Under, fall of 1990. It's probably been in there ever since. How awesome is this? Oh, that's cool. Man, they have such cool pins in here. Look at that Mac Tonight. Look at the dust on it. It's been in there since it was new. That's Mac Tonight. I really wish this was like a Disney situation where you could like do pin trades. How cool would that be? If you came in here and just had a pen and then they opened the cabinet and you were able to pick one. Oh my God, that would be amazing. I'd do it every time I came to Vegas. Take 88. That's awesome. That is so cool. McMillions on NBC. I love the Officer Mac pin. Wonder where these came from. Crew chief. These are definitely a lot of employee pins as well. They might be all employee pins for all I know. Definitely a lot of them seem to be. A lot of them definitely seem to be Vegas specific too. Man, that is really awesome. That's pretty cool. And that's just hanging here right on the wall, right next to the soda machines. That is amazing. But even as cool as that is not what makes this location the most unique location I have ever found in the modern era. I'm getting verklempt because this is the 80s, 70s and 80s childhood. Here it is, guys. They still have a McDonaldland mural hanging right here in the restaurant. This is 2023, September of 2023. This is still here. It's been here. It's never been taken down. It's been here since the 80s, since they built this place, since it was put in here. Clearly, I don't know how long the other decor was put in, but it survived. I mean, come on. A Setmaker Wes Cook original. Right here. Under a dingy highway in Las Vegas. And I get to sit here and eat my McNuggets under something that used to be in every McDonald's in the 80s. It doesn't get cooler than that, man.
Ready for a trip through McDonaldland. In McDonaldland, a McDonald's. In McDonaldland, a McDonald's.
So if you don't know, back in the late 60s, back when they were planning, Ray Kroc and his team were planning the big changeover, the Mansard Roof Mcdonalds. They realized people were going to be in the restaurants for the first time. Talking about how to keep people in there. Wanting to make it with kids in mind. Also marketing the kids with the commercials, McDonaldland characters. This was all in play. So they had to develop this. And they ended up going to a company called Setmakers in Los Angeles and hiring them to design restaurant pieces for the new Mansard Roof McDonald's for the children's areas. One of their young artists there was named Wes Cook. and it was an Imagineer, or I guess their equivalent of an Imagineer, because Setmakers was a theme park designing company like Disney's Imagineers, but they designed for all kinds of parks and restaurants and all kinds of things like that. But Wes Cook ended up having a long career with companies like Setmakers, but he was one of the key artists in developing and drawing these wonderful murals and really developing that art for this world of the McDonaldland. I mean, this was every McDonald's you walked into in the 70s and 80s. My birthday parties were so much fun at McDonald's. When you walked in, you sat down in cheeseburger seats, and the apple pie tree was in front of you, and you ran out into the playground, slid down Captain Crook's slide, and I don't know, there was just, they created this whole world, and it was a really cool place. I know it was like they were going for this mini theme park, but it was a fast food place. I don't know, it feels like it was ahead of its time when you talk about it now. And it probably was. But it was pretty cool. I definitely took it for granted as a kid. Didn't realize how special it was. But as an adult, I can appreciate it more now, especially since it's so far removed now. I haven't seen one of these murals in 30 years at a McDonald's, at least. Probably longer than that. They started phasing these out in the early 90s. Probably en masse, probably in the early 90s. And then there was probably a few that's had them by the early 2000s when they really started the Forever Young remodels. But I have been scouring, looking for any locations all over the US. This is the first one I have found that still has something Mcdonaldland in it. I couldn't believe it when I found it. Could not believe it. I even called the store because I didn't believe Google Earth. I was like, Google's a liar. Do you actually have this? They were very confused by the question because they probably never really paid attention. It's always been on the wall. Isn't that the coolest? So awesome. That's really cool. Dane Weaver was another artist, at least especially on this one, but he did several other art pieces with Wes on the murals. There was several other artists that worked at Setmakers that were contributed to these that were just tremendously talented artists, and they really created something special. And you know what's crazy? The story of Wes Cook's work. He died in 2005, and all of his artwork was being stored in 3 or 4 storage lockers in Los Angeles. And whoever was attorney or whoever was over his estate quit paying the bill. And it's like one of those Storage Wars episodes. They auctioned it off. And luckily, by the time it was discovered by a McDonald's collector, like 60% of it was already gone. And finally, a McDonald's collector found out and got the rest of it. But there was only like half of one of the storage units left. So all the other work is out there. Even there's you can look online. There's a really nice, full, huge design for a Land Before Time restaurant that he drew designs for. I don't know. He did so much work for different projects that were really neat. That if they would have happened, he was a super talented artist. Dane Weaver, Wes Cook, Setmakers Inc, Glendale, California, 1979. McDonald's. How amazing is this? Looks like Ronald McDonald and Mayor McCheese are dancing a little jig as the Hamburglar plays it on his little hand accordion as the Fry Guys dance along with them. A little Irish forest, a little Irish glen. It's a little hash that the Fry Guys are rocking. Little castle in the back, transporting us to McDonaldland. This is epic. So amazing. Well, I could sit here and look at this all night, but I've been here quite a while. And since I'm the only one in the restaurant, workers are starting to look at me funny. So I guess I'm gonna push on. This was a blast in the past. A very nice walk down memory lane. It's crazy that this is just here. I hope this goes to a collection or somewhere whenever they do the remodel. Clearly they're going to do a remodel. You've got wallpaper peeling, and I'm sure this place will get destroyed and rebuilt into a gray box, but oh God, I hope they save this. I'm sure these were mass produced at the time, but there can't be very many of these left. Maybe someone that's watching these knows the number. Please post it in the comments, and please post below if you have any access to links where any of these are cataloged. I would love to look at more of these, like high digital image, high res images, or if there's a book out there of any of the all the Wes Cook imagery. Man, I'm a sucker for his art. I'll be honest with you. It's not only filled with nostalgia, he's just a tremendously talented artist, and I feel like because I sell art for a living, I feel like I can say that with some expertise. I see a lot of crappy art out there, and this guy had some talent. I would love to see more of his stuff, and I would like to own a piece of his one day. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little stop at a McDonald's under an overpass in a Las Vegas night. I know I did. Thanks for watching, guys. See you at the next one. Bye now.